You already know who it is. It's Beyond the Game on your beautiful Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Beyond the Game Tuesday. And if this is your first time tuning in, this is your boy Nephew Q. Y'all might know my Uncle Shay Sharp. But to my left over here, I I got my guy KJ. Go introduce yourself, man.
KJ, always here, always live, always ready. Ready to serve up these L's to everybody. And
And you
everybody can
forgot
sit back
He
and
got hot
relax
L's
and
like
enjoy the
Slim.
show.
you forgot one more thing, KJ.
What's
Always
that?
wrong. Always wrong.
No. I ain't never been wrong, especially
Hey,
on here.
Always wrong.
here we go. But anyways, I got my guy Hot Dog down below me to my left. Gonna introduce yourself, Hot Dog man.
You know what it is. Hot dog man. Appreciate y'all tuning in today.
And then we just got Ralph C today. No Black Lives Matter, just Ralph
Yeah,
C
man.
today.
Just me, man. That's
Just
it.
you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. But before we get into it, we got a jam packed show today. We're gonna go over a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happened last week. But before we do that, something happened the other day. I don't think KJ know, Ralph. I don't think you know, but Hot Dog, you know what happened the other day. So before we get started, I just like to say, Happy birthday, Hot Dog.
Oh man,
With
no,
a UK shirt.
no.
No,
Billy
what?
Gillespie.
That's bad. That's
Wait,
bad
wait.
luck. That's
What was
bad
I
luck.
doing with my hair? That's the question.
I don't
That's
know
bad
what you was
luck.
doing all together with that picture, but yeah,
Nah,
happy
man.
Louisville
belated
fan with a
birthday.
All right,
UK
hang
shirt
on.
on.
Let
That's
me
bad
explain
luck.
myself.
Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
I just broke my collarbone. Hence
Mm-hmm.
the caution tape.
Okay.
I was on very, very good drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So a
Absolutely.
girl I was seeing at the time convinced me to put that shirt on. So that's where that picture came from.
Mm-hmm. That's what you
You look
tell
like you was
us.
in a boy band.
I don't know who that guy is. I was hoping the guy was dead and buried, but Jones brings that picture out every year for my birthday.
Hey, man, I love it. It's a beautiful picture. But
No.
yes, yes. But let's get right on into the show, man. Last Sunday, hold on. We got Daniel who just joined on the show. Can you hear us, Daniel?
What's good, buddy?
What's going on, Daniel? For those tuning in, Daniel just hopped on. But we're gonna get right on into it. So last time we was on the show last Monday, the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers were tied 3 games apiece with Game 7 that Monday night. The Clippers clipped. They did what they do. They collapsed. They let the Denver Nuggets come back down 3-1 and take the series. So, fellas, I'm gonna throw this around the horn. KJ, I'm gonna let you have it first. It's a two-part question. Who is to blame for the Clippers collapse?
Uh, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George,
Mm-hmm.
and Doc Rivers and his coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kawhi and Paul George, because they played like they'd never been in a playoff series, like that was their first game ever in a playoff series, and like that was the first time they'd ever seen the Nuggets. Doc coached like that was the first time they'd ever seen the Nuggets play. They kept well, Jokic didn't really go off into Game 7, but Jamal Murray did. So, but Kawhi was 6 for 22. Paul George was 4 for 19. The Nuggets out rebounded them the last like 4 games of the series. They just killed them. They took their heart away pretty much. When they won that Game 6, Game 7 was pretty much a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
And Doc didn't really do anything to switch anything up and say, they just assumed they were gonna come out and win the game.
I agree with KJ.
We're gonna keep doing what we've
100%.
been doing, and we just gonna
No
win. But
adjustments. No adjustments.
didn't happen.
And you said lack of adjustments. Ralph, what was your
Exactly.
who's to blame for the Clippers collapse? Who would you say?
Everybody that KJ just said. I mean, where you want me to start? You want me to start with Doc with no adjustments? I mean, you up 3-1 and you just gonna let it continue to happen, and you don't change anything at all. They had what? They had at least a 15-point lead in every one of those games that they lost.
Yeah.
At
Yup.
least a 15-point lead. Ridiculous. Where you want me to go to Kawhi? He's supposed to be the best player in the league. He's somewhere in the sixth best player in the league based off the way that he played. Like, he had 14 points in the Game 7. That is not how a superstar plays. That is not how the best player in the league plays. And what you want to go to Paul George? Playoff Paul. What do you want me to say? Playoff Pete. What do you want me to say? Like I said,
Possum P.
Pandemic Pete.
Pete, like, he'll show up. He'll give you
Apostle
25.
Pete.
He'll give you 30 points.
But not when you need him to.
Hey, you took the words out of my mouth, hot dog. When you
Yeah.
need a shot, a big shot, Paul George will be
Nope.
nowhere to be found. He'll be scared. He don't want the shot, or if he takes the shot, he's definitely not gonna make it. Did y'all see that brick? Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
Off the side of the
Man,
backboard.
man. And the
Which
reason why,
one? There's a
and
lot
the,
of them, I'm sure.
and the reason why I'm so upset is because I freaking picked them to win the championship, and
I
here
did
we
too.
are.
And you
Here
ain't the
we
only
are.
one, Ralph.
I
Everybody
did
is.
too, man.
Here we are. I'm done.
Here we are.
I'm done.
Hot dog, go ahead, man. Who would you say is to blame for the Clippers collapse?
I blame the supposed dynamic duo of Kawhi and Paul. I mean, Paul
It's not
George.
gonna work.
Kawhi was brought in to lead this team past the Lakers, and then, of course, Kawhi said, well, I need some help. Go get Paul George. I think he just picked the wrong running back, man. I think if he would have picked somebody else, I think they would have worked because they had a lot of talent in the back end. Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, Zubac. I even like the Shamit kid. So they had way too much talent from top to bottom. The Nuggets wanted it more. And shout out to Jamal Murray. I've been hating on the guy, but he proved that he can be the guy. He's still not the best player on the Nuggets. I don't care what y'all say. It's still the Joker. It's still the Joker.
The Joker
But,
balled out in this series.
the Joker balled out that whole series, which I think we
He balled
predicted.
out. Yeah.
I think we predicted he would ball out that series. It would be a mismatch nightmare. Jokic is just playing out of his mind now. So is Jamal Murray. So yeah, that's my reason for them losing.
But then
So
you
I
left.
thought-
Go ahead, KJ.
I thought that because they kept doubling Jokic, and he was killing them passing the ball.
'Cause
He had
he's
like
a-
killing them.
14 assists one game.
Absolutely.
I was like, why don't they just let him
He had
just
two
go
triple
one
doubles
on
in
one?
the
If he
series.
gets
Two of
if
them.
he gets 30, let him get 30. But you can't let him get 25. Jamal Murray get 25, and then Paul Millsap got 14. Gary, whatever.
Porter
Gary
Jr.
Harris.
Gary Harris got 14.
Porter Jr.'s been balling out.
PJ got 10.
Jeremy Grant.
Grant
That
he
team's
had like
loaded.
12. You can't do that.
They got talent from top to
You gotta
bottom.
do what the Lakers are doing. You gotta let Jokic and Jamal Murray do whatever they're gonna do and stop everybody else. As you
Absolutely.
see, nobody else is doing anything against
Absolutely.
the Lakers.
Yep,
They let
agreed.
them-
Agreed.
Daniel, who would you say is to blame for the Clippers collapse?
A lot of people will not agree, but they had 3 closeout games, and Paul George and Kawhi showed up in games 5 and 6. I believe they combined for around 60 in game 5 and game 6. But if you look at everybody else, for instance, Montrezl Harrell averaged like 18 points per game during the season. Lou Williams averaged around 28 points per game. In games 5 and 6, Lou Williams only combined for 18 points. In games 5 and 6, Montrezl Harrell only combined for, I think it was 12. So I mean, I don't care if it's the Lakers. If Anthony Davis and LeBron score 60 and the rest of the team only scores 30, you're not going to win that many games. So
No.
just the rest of the team didn't show up.
So you say
I mean,
it was.
I blame it as a team.
You used to blame you're blaming the supporting cast.
Now game seven. Yeah, I blame the supporting cast, but for game 7, they all played horrible.
They all sucked.
Everybody from top to
And,
bottom.
and it's games like
Yeah,
this
game
where
7.
Montrezl is the only person that played good.
games like this is where I hate
Yeah.
saying it, but this is where you give LeBron credit because the thing about the Clippers, you saying the supporting cast didn't help, that's because Kawhi doesn't make anybody better. Kawhi doesn't go out there and assist. He doesn't go out there and try to create plays for other players. It's all about him when he gets the ball, basically. So for me, I mean, you can blame the supporting cast, but they're trying to wait to see what Kawhi does. It's not like he's out there trying to make a play for somebody or you know what I'm saying, make an assist. So
Well,
I don't know if I would blame the supporting
Yeah,
cast.
that was their problem. I'm
Yeah,
blaming
see,
the supporting
the-
cast, but I'm also blaming Doc Rivers because he didn't get him a point guard because all of their scores, besides Montrezl Harrell, he's just a dirty work guy. But Lou Williams needs the ISO. Marcus Morris has the ISO. Paul George has the ISO. Kawhi has the ISO. It's just taking turns
Well, the
arguing.
Clippers are
watching
rumored to
everybody
go
go to
after-
work.
The Clippers are rumored to go after Derrick Rose this offseason. They really want Derrick Rose.
Okay.
Well, I'm just bringing up
that's
the
the
point. Said
thing.
they need a
When
point
you get
guard.
him
That's the
to
only reason
be-
I brought that up.
Yeah, I see.
And
the
they're gonna
money.
lose in
be a
they're gonna
point guard
lose in the
now.
Western Conference semis again.
Come on, man.
Man, a couple questions real quick before we go back to the next thing. Andrew, he says he thinks there was has a lot to do with Lemon Pepper Lou chemistry comment. So do you think a lot of it had to do with the Clippers having chemistry issues?
I mean, they only
I would
played
say-
Why now
16
not during the
games
regular
together.
season?
Yeah.
Why?
Hold on, real quick.
Why?
I mean, they
now?
said it all regular season. I mean, they only played like 16 games with each other. So
But see, that's
Yeah, I
the
mean, they
thing
didn't
though.
have any.
Y'all can't say that now when that was the reason why a lot of people was picking them is because of the whole team depth. So y'all can't say the
Yeah.
team depth is why y'all picking them, but
Yeah.
now it's the chemistry issues.
Yeah.
You
Nah,
can't
That's
have it
why.
I
both
don't believe. I
ways.
don't
That's
believe
why I
that at
didn't really
all.
want to respond to it. Honestly, I mean, I can't
You
blame
can't
it
have
on
it
the
both
You
chemistry.
ways.
can say that though, because it's a fact.
You can have depth and
I
not have
mean,
chemistry.
And then
yeah.
my guy, my guy, B Legend just popped on here
What's up,
real quick,
legend?
and then I don't know if
Don't
y'all
y'all
know
do
this.
that. Don't y'all do that.
Hold
Don't
on,
do that.
Billy
Don't y'all
Donovan has
do
just been named the
that.
coach of
Don't
the
you make
Bulls.
no excuses. Don't
No
you do
excuses, man.
that.
Over here, no excuses, legend.
Don't you do
Hey,
None.
that.
hey, Legend,
Y'all took y'all whooping like a man.
Absolutely.
who would you say is to blame for the Clippers' loss, Legend?
It's a combination of people. It's
Realistically, not
Kawhi,
funny. Okay.
it's Paul George,
What's that?
and it's Doc Rivers
You said Paul George and Doc Rivers.
And
and
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Hmm. Let's see, and BJ Smith said, with that, LeBron makes players better. That's one of the best thing he does. Because I'm not even a huge LeBron fan.
Me neither. That's
Going
why
back
I
to
said
Ralph's
it.
comment. So the next question is, what do the Clippers do from here on out? So Montrezl Harrell's a free agent. One of the Morrises is a free agent, and I forgot they got one more big man as a free agent as well. Me personally, I don't think there's anything they can do. They don't have
I
no
don't
cap
either.
space. They don't have
Nope.
no draft picks. The two remaining big men they have
They gave up all of that for Paul
for Paul George.
George.
Hey,
So
let,
now,
No,
hey,
so
get Paul George out of there. Get Paul George
so
out of
but
there.
you
so
They
can't. You
can't.
gave up too much for him. You
so
can't.
you stuck.
MVP.
No, somebody. Hey, tell the Oracle or the Loracle, whatever his name. Hey, stop rambling over there. Paul, you can get Paul George out of there. You could trade. Somebody would trade for Paul George. I'm sorry. Somebody
Oh
would
no
trade for
no
Paul
no
George.
no! Definitely somebody will definitely trade for Paul George, but if you trade for Paul George, you have to get so much in return.
Absolutely.
So now you're left with Kawhi and a bunch of role players. That's not gonna get it done.
I mean, he did it in Toronto.
It got it done in Toronto.
But he had
Yeah.
legit role players in Toronto. I
Hold
mean,
on, Ralph, hold on. But let's stop acting like if the Warriors were full strength, like he was gonna beat them. So I
not
mean
at all. Yeah,
that had a
yeah,
lot to do with. So let's stop acting
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Raptors versus a full Warriors
Still got
team
the
and
Hey, let's not
LeBron
Kawhi
act
beat
like
them.
LeBron would have won a Cavs title if Draymond didn't get suspended that game.
I ain't
Oh
got
my
nothing.
God!
What's
Don't
LeBron got to do
start.
with
Don't
anything?
That's
start.
true.
Yeah, don't start. Don't
What
start.
but
I'm
what's
just
LeBron
saying,
got to do
man.
with anything?
I'm just bringing it
I don't
up,
see.
man. I'm
I
just speaking
wanna
into existence.
I wanna stop that narrative.
Go ahead.
LeBron makes players that are not that good better. I give him that. But he does not make players that are already good better. He makes them worse.
Nah.
So y'all gotta
Oh
stop
yeah.
with that too.
Who has he made worse, bro?
If they're limited,
What? Don't
if
make
they
before you
have
say this. Don't
limited
make me
skill
defend
set,
LeBron.
Go
hey,
ahead,
you
Miller.
can defend LeBron however you want to. I'm just stating facts. Like when he tried to do that little last little team in Cleveland where he brought in all those veterans, he wasn't making them better. They all looked worse. They all looked better where they were previous to coming to Cleveland. If you have a limited skill
That's why they
set,
had to get rid
he
of
can
all of them.
maximize. He can maximize your skill set. Like JaVale
What?
McGee, he's limited. He makes JaVale McGee look great because he doesn't have much of a personal skill set. So if you're limited, he can make you look great because he gets you the ball in your spots.
Yep.
But if
So
you're a
what
guy that
players
can
are you
go out and
referring
get
to,
your
Daniel?
own,
Who you referring to? D Wade, who was at the end of his career? Isaiah, who didn't even really play, who gave
Jordan
him nothing.
Clarkson looked a lot worse.
Jordan,
Jordan
he's not a
Clarkson looked
legit role
horrible,
player, bro.
bro. But
Hey, Jordan
how come he
Clarkson
looks
looked good
better
for
with everybody
Utah. Jordan Clarkson
everybody
looked
else?
good in
He looks good
Utah.
everywhere else but with LeBron. Who else? Rodney Hood looked horrible, but as soon as he left
Rodney,
LeBron, he looked back like he did before they got him. Bro, you
what?
can't keep on
I'm
knocking
not a
people.
Rodney Hood fan.
If people, you don't have to be. But if a guy comes and he's playing good, then he goes and plays with you, and you look horrible, then he leaves you and goes and plays good, and it wasn't. I mean, it was your system.
And you blame that on LeBron because Rodney
That's
Hood played horrible? Why are you making me do
Yes,
this?
because those type of guys
Why
don't
you
need
making me
to.
do this?
Those type of those type of guys do not need to sit around and watch LeBron dribble because they can go get their own shots. It's
But
like
that's not.
with Kyrie. LeBron just took turns with him because he didn't need to pass the ball to Kyrie and just make him stand around. Some guys don't need to do that. Some guys that's not their skill set.
Oh
Daniel.
no.
BJ said you said good players. We're talking about Kyrie, D
That's what I'm
Wade,
saying.
Anthony Davis. You
That's
bringing
what
up
I'm
role players,
saying.
bro. So what good players did he make
That's
worse?
what
You bringing up
He's
role
not
players.
making. How's he How's he making Anthony Davis better? Anthony Davis is not doing anything that I haven't seen Anthony Davis already do. And Anthony Davis has done more than what he's doing now.
But who said he made Anthony Davis better? Nobody up here said he made Anthony Davis better.
What do you bring up those names for? Because like I said, I'm talking about role players.
Because but see, it's easy for you to say role players because role players have to fit within a system, and they just didn't fit within the system that LeBron James plays. So if you go play in Utah, Jordan Clarkson is going.
They don't fit with LeBron.
So
they don't fit with LeBron.
Okay, but
if we go with your narrative,
they was balling.
Everybody better, but he doesn't.
They didn't fit with LeBron, but guess what? Superstars like AD fits with LeBron, Dwayne Wade fit with LeBron, Chris Bosh fit with LeBron.
AD fits with anybody.
If you already got your skill set and you already balling, you can play with him.
You're right.
If you coming in just like Daniel said, you made his argument for him, nephew Q.
What?
You just said exactly what he said.
He did, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Daniel said that he makes weak players better, but he doesn't make good players better. But you're agreeing with Q that he made.
That's what I'm saying.
He played good with D Wade. He played good with Chris Paul.
That's what I'm saying.
He's playing good with Anthony Davis. What are you talking about?
I never said that.
What does LeBron have to do with the Clippers?
Well, first of all, you brought LeBron up.
All I brought up was what happened when he won a title with Cleveland. I didn't say nothing about him making players better or worse. That's all I'm saying. Let's stick to the Clippers, man. What do the Clippers do to get better?
So
they can do.
Hold on. You said has anybody heard from Mo Williams ever since LeBron left Cleveland?
Come on, man.
Exactly. That's my point. My point exactly.
He turned Mo Williams before.
Mo Williams was done before
Anderson Varejao.
But hold on. But that proves my point. LeBron makes players, but he turned Mo Williams into an all-star.
He was an all-star.
He turned Ilgauskas into. Go ahead.
That's like saying, has anybody heard of Antoine Jameson after he left LeBron? No, because he was done.
Yeah, he was retired.
He was done.
No, Mo Williams had more. Mo Williams had more years left.
He turned Big Z into what?
NBA Finals big man. That's what he turned him into.
Oh God!
Big Z was a killer. Big Z was a killer before LeBron got.
Big Z was already good.
Big Z was already doing his thing before LeBron got.
Big Z was a killer before he got there.
I never heard anyone say that.
He was dominating. He was dominating the Eastern Conference.
He wasn't dominating no Ben Wallace.
It's a reason why.
It was Ben Wallace. Big Z. Who else?
Ilgauskas?
Is there another Big Z?
You want me to pull some numbers for you?
Y'all must not have watched
some numbers for you.
Yeah.
I didn't pull some numbers for y'all.
You don't have it for me. I already know.
You can pull some numbers.
I already know.
Hey man, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Y'all retired his jersey.
20 and 10 is.
Hey, that shows you how good the Cavs organization is. That shows you right. I bet Darius Miles' jersey hanging up there too. I bet Darius Miles' jersey hanging up there too.
Get him
out. I don't like facts. He was number one in Cleveland points before LeBron. Yeah,
Cleveland. Points over Brad Daugherty and Mark Price.
That's what I'm saying. What?
I don't know, Ralph. I don't know, Ralph.
Hey, y'all gotta start following y'all a little bit more.
I got you. I got to. You right, Daniel. Because y'all said Big Z was a killer.
I can't believe we got off the
his
top
numbers. His numbers
Big
went
Z.
down when LeBron got there.
No, he was at the end of his career.
Because he wasn't asked to do nothing.
Just stand there with
That's what I'm saying, Ralph. I don't understand. So you get LeBron James in, and Z's supposed to do more? Like I don't get it. I don't get that logic. Like that's the whole point of having LeBron James, is so Big Z doesn't have to do more. You have LeBron James.
Big Z couldn't hold Chris Kane.
Come on, man. He was a killer, man.
He was a killer. He was killing the stands. There was no fans in the stands.
Man, my bad, B.
He was old when LeBron got him. He still was averaging.
Now he's old.
How you feel about Big Z, legend?
Legend don't know who that is.
Now he's
I
old.
don't know who that is. You know who Big Z is? Ilgauskas? Come on, man.
That's what I'm
Thank you, dog. They bringing up Big Z.
Y'all understand this?
I can't believe y'all having this conversation.
I know. I'm confused right now.
Hey, B. This time, it was because.
20 minutes in, and we still talking about LeBron.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Change the subject.
We gotta blame Hot Dog.
Yeah, because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. So as we was talking about teammates, Andrew, he was like Kevin Love. He said Chris Bosh looked way worse in Miami.
Worse.
I mean,
Way
but
worse.
you do realize Chris Bosh was a third option. So I mean, how do you expect to look good as a third option? But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
I didn't bring up the stars. I'm
Who
talking
He said
about
was
that.
Larry
guys that play
Hughes?
good and then
Who
they
was
came
that?
along and played bad.
BJ, he said, I just Googled Cavs 2007 NBA Finals team. They beat the Pistons and went up against the Spurs. LeBron had nobody. Eric Snow, David Wesley, Shannon Brown, Drew Gooden, Big Z, and Larry Hughes. But yet, y'all swear up and down he don't make nobody
Talking
better.
about
But okay.
Eric Snow at the end
talking
of his
about
career.
16
Wait
and
a minute,
10.
hold up.
Drew Gooden that was
Stop,
already
stop,
getting
stop.
buckets.
When they beat the Pistons, Daniel
Yeah.
Gibson played out his mind Game 6. That's why they won that series.
Booby Gibson?
Yes, he went out of his
Okay.
mind. Put up 31 in Game 6.
Oh, man. But
I
that's
already
a
said
false.
if you can shoot,
Yeah, man.
you
What
can
was we
just
talking
shoot,
about?
you
Let's
can play
move
with
on,
LeBron.
please. Can we move on?
So anyways, B Legend, where do the Clippers go from here?
The Clippers. Oh man, I mean, dude, they got to trade. They got to trade. But they ain't. First of all, they're not gonna trade. What's his name?
Paul George.
No, that's not his name. Hot dog. Pandemic P.
Pandemic
Oh,
P.
Possum P.
Or actually, I got another name for him. I would not say that on the air. I call him.
Yep.
P.
Don't do it.
P.
Don't do
I
it.
call him
Don't-
PP. Anyway, I mean, from a salary cap perspective, I mean, they would have to trade him. He's probably making 30-something million a year. They could get a lot of players for him. It's just who's gonna do that trade. I mean, that
Yeah,
is,
like
Somebody in the East.
Detroit, please.
Yep, somebody in
you
the
know,
East.
now they got Montrez that they got to try to re-up, which I do not think that they're going to sign Montrez.
No.
I don't think they should.
I don't
I
either.
don't think they have the money. I think they don't have the money to do it. That's the problem.
I think y'all panicked.
I mean, is it really a panic though? I mean,
How about getting a new coach in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that could be something.
it's one year.
Doc Rivers is a very overrated coach.
But D, is it really a panic thing, or is this? I mean, what's going to change next year? Kawhi's still going to load manage.
Absolutely. And Paul's still gonna be Paul.
But the team's going to be together for a whole season, though.
But in the clutch moments when you need your players the most, who's gonna step up? Who's gonna be that guy?
All right, but you're
Nobody
talking
there
about
to
a
be that
team
guy.
that was. You're talking about a team that played 16 games together that was one game from the Western Conference Finals. Play a whole season together and see what happens. And if nothing works, just blow it up.
But that goes
really,
back to
I think
B's
they
point,
need to go
though.
get a facilitating point guard. What? What's his point?
Kawhi low management.
Well, I
It's
mean,
hard to
I-
play a whole
I-
season when.
Man, can we get
I mean,
a new coach in there?
I mean, at this point, Daniel, to your point, at this point, they have to just keep the team together anyway. Hang on.
They ain't got no choice but to keep the team together. KJ, hop on.
I feel like, yeah, you made the move. So
I mean, they have to keep
give
it
it a
together
full
because
year.
they can't really do anything.
Yeah.
I
But
think
they're
they
going
need
to
a
have
new
to
coach.
bring in. They're going to have to bring in somebody that matches up better with AD, and somebody that matches up better with Jokic if they have to, or just play Jokic different. They're going to have
Who
to
is
do
that?
something.
Who is that
different.
guy though?
But who's that guy? They don't have the money to go get nobody. So who's that guy?
And who is that guy in the league anyway?
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I
that
was
too.
gonna say.
But-
Yeah,
but
you
that
don't
is
really have
what-
that guy.
Yeah,
So-
or they're just going to have to play.
You can
They
only
have to
get
play. They
somebody
have to play the
equalize
Nuggets
them.
a whole different way. They can't just
And then on
Because
top of
even if
that,
they made it, the Lakers, they still don't have anybody to match up against AD. So I mean, it's
and then
Either
on
way,
top of
they-
this,
And
but-
I guarantee the Lakers gonna get better because they're gonna find some shooting. I can guarantee you that.
For sure.
yeah, they are. Before we move on to the next topic, one thing everybody's forgetting is that the Nets will be fully healthy next year, so that's another team the Clippers will have to contend with. The Golden State Warriors will be healthy next year, so that's a
Yep.
team they got to contend with.
They gonna be
So they
but you keep saying that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
who the Clippers got to contend with. Everybody.
Hey,
gotta
don't
contend
worry.
with
That's
them.
true.
Hey, y'all, don't worry about the Nets. Kyrie ain't gonna make that team better. Kevin Durant's not gonna be the same ever again. Don't worry about the
No,
Nets.
I'm not worried about the Nets.
Don't even bring them up.
y'all not worried about the Nets? Damn.
Now
Damn,
the Warriors,
I
they got
like
the
the
number 2
Nets.
pick. Now the Warriors, that's who the Lakers need to worry about next year too.
They
Who?
gonna be nasty.
We ain't worried about this. We
Yeah,
got
they
this.
are.
Man, whatever.
If,
Nephew,
if the Lakers win a chip this year, they not worried about the Warriors next year. That's all
Yeah.
LeBron wanted, is at least one.
At
That's
least
all he
one more,
needed.
and we
That's all he
good.
needed.
We
all right,
good.
then.
But anyways,
What we
going on
got
to the
next?
next topic, man. Last week as well, it came out that Greek Freak won the MVP, which makes it back to back. He is only one of three players to win back to back with Jordan and Akeem Olajuwon.
With the GOAT.
Who Akeem? We done been over this before. But so anyways, hot dog. I'll throw this down here to you first, man. Did Greek Freak deserve the MVP?
How do you spell no? N-O.
L-E-B-R-O-N.
You want me to say it? You want me to say it in German? Nah.
Go ahead.
No. That man did not deserve the MVP. I don't believe in someone that don't have a jump shot. He played bully ball. He's just a more athletic Zion. LeBron should have won the MVP. I would have been better. I would have been more okay with James Harden winning the MVP. So no, Giannis is a bum.
Okay.
The Bucks are bums. Nah, he should give that trophy back. And after he refused, I don't want to hear blame the coach. That man was scared to death of Jimmy Butler, as are a lot of players in the league. I'm saying he need to give a Defensive Player of the Year award back too. Bum. Next question.
Dang, hot dog. I got a question. I got a question, hot dog. Is this how you gonna act every time the Cowboys win? Is this how you gonna act every time?
Yep.
I'm not even excited the Cowboys won. They didn't even deserve to win.
Hey,
We're
what's
not
that
talking about the
movie
Cowboys
called?
right now.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Is that what happened yesterday? Hey, Ralph. So my question to
win is a
you.
win.
Yeah, man.
Kind of like
Ralph.
kind of like that flop by Ramsey in Game 1. That was a
We'll
great.
get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Ralph, did Greek Freak deserve the MVP?
I mean, if you want to base it off the regular season, then he had the numbers. I would have gave my vote to LeBron, but I mean, based off the numbers, Greek Freak, he deserved it. I mean, it was based off the regular season and not the entirety of the season. So, I mean, based off that, he did deserve it. But they need to change the rules. We've talked about it before. I think it should be a full season. Reward. Like it should be the playoff should be based on. I'm involved in the decision as far as the MVP. So. I don't know. He deserved it, but he played like trash. So
all I know is the best player in the East is still playing. That's all.
He's not the best player in the East, bro.
They
Chill
give
out.
regular
Chill
awards and then they give postseason awards. So
Chill
the
out.
MVP is always gonna be
Greek Freak is still
regular
the
season
best, the best player in the East, bro. Chill out, hot dog.
Nope.
Chill out.
Hold on. I'm gonna get to that in a second, hot
Jimmy
dog.
Butler ain't close to the best player.
No, he's saying Jason Tatum.
Y'all act like Greek Freak has no help. Eric
Not
Bledsoe, the Lopez twins, he got help. Chris Middleton, an all-star, get out of here with that. He got help.
Did you hear who you just named?
Exactly.
You just named Eric Bledsoe.
He got help. Chris Middleton, no help.
And you had the nerve to say Ilgaskis like you said Ilgaskis.
Exactly, bro.
He had a better
KJ.
word than
Oh,
Eric
so Chris
Bledsoe.
Middleton ain't no help. All-star.
Hold on.
Not really.
All right.
Oh, man. Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you, hot dog. Hold on, KJ.
All right.
Did Greek Freak deserve the MVP?
Yes, he deserved both the awards he won. If you base it on the regular season, LeBron. Okay, so if the regular season would have continued on and they didn't get this break, LeBron probably would have been the MVP because LeBron was playing so good toward the end, right before it ended. They probably wouldn't have had a choice but to give it to LeBron. But when the season ended where it did, and you look at the numbers and his team and all that, then he deserved to win it.
Absolutely.
But if you've thrown this bubble in there with it, then it's a wrap. There's no way he would have won.
Daniel, what about you?
True. Oh, I feel the same way. I feel like one of the two should have went to Harden. I probably would have went with last year, but he had the numbers. You can't argue with it. I don't like the formula that they use, but hey, his team continues to have the best record in the NBA. So
absolutely,
he's the best player on that team. And he has the
absolutely.
numbers. You can't argue with it. You might not like it, but that's the formula they use. They make exceptions when they want to make exceptions, like they did for Westbrook, and but you don't know what they're gonna do. That's why the players need a vote. Players need votes because these people that keep on making the votes are just fucking it up. So,
I'm with you on that, D.
I'm just keeping it blunt.
Nah, that's what LeBron James was talking about the other
the
day.
same
Hey,
thing.
we're technically media. Don't we get a vote too?
I'm gonna work on that and see if we get a vote. But,
Get that, Q.
I'm gonna work on that. B, did Greek Freak deserve the MVP?
Come on, legend, please. Come on,
I'm
legend, please.
gonna take that face as a hell no.
No.
Hell, nah.
Thank you, legend. Thank you.
But here's the deal, man. What they really need to do, they need to just change how they vote on the MVP. Period.
Yep.
That's what they need to do, because based upon what everybody says, you're right. Based upon the numbers and how they vote for the MVP, yeah, he's going to get it. I mean, it's a factual thing based upon how they calculate who's the MVP. That's real. But in theory, hell no, he didn't deserve it.
No,
I mean,
thank you, sir.
I think personally, I think you got to go. I don't know the answer to it. I don't know that you got to go into the playoffs. I don't know if the finals count, because here's my thing. I just think that the finals, the playoffs have to count. I mean, I
They
think
have
that
to.
it does, but it can't because of the way that the vote goes. It can't because
Yeah, I don't think
everybody
it can
doesn't
either.
play.
No.
Okay,
Mm.
so
Right, that's
so
why.
so a, so a restriction as to what you can really use. So that puts you in a situation where now, I'm basing upon the best record, because that's really whoever's got the best record. I mean, that's the real deal. And I just think that they got to change their process on how they look at the MVP. I mean, because is at the end of the day is the Greek Freak, the best player in the league? No. Is he the most valuable player to the team?
No. Nope.
No.
Nope.
But that's a good question, bro. Because where are the Bucks without the Greek Freak? They are not the same
Okay.
team.
Now that's a good question,
I
Ralph.
don't.
Where are the Lakers without LeBron?
Definitely not.
I get it. Where's Portland without Dame?
Still good?
Nah, nah.
I'm just saying. Where's LeBron? I mean, where's the Lakers without LeBron?
Where they
the
were
Lakers
before
got
he got
AD.
there.
Hey, but legend, just for the sake of the argument, we're just talking about LeBron and we're talking about Giannis. So where would the Lakers be without LeBron? I think the Lakers would still be I don't know.
They wouldn't.
But I think the Bucks would be worse without
take
Giannis.
both players off their team. Now, what's Eric Bledsoe,
Everybody
the
dropped.
Lopez twins?
Yeah. I think the Bucks are worse without Giannis.
The Lakers still got AD.
Yeah.
Don't-
I mean, yeah, they still got AD, but I would go out on a limb and say that if the Bucks played the Lakers and they didn't have Giannis or LeBron, I would go out on a limb and tell you in a 7-game series, I would think that the Bucks would beat them.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
I just got to say one more thing, man, about this
Jump
whole
on in
situation. I really hate that Giannis is making me a LeBron fan right now. It really makes me sick.
Hey, but before
It
we
really
move on,
bothers me.
That's a personal choice, bro.
It makes me sick.
You ain't making me one.
but to wrap this topic up,
I'm just stating facts. I ain't no fan.
but to wrap this thing up, y'all said if the Lakers would take LeBron off, they still got AD. But you got to remember, AD was on the Pelicans, and how often were
And
they
they
making the
barely went to the
playoffs?
playoffs.
So you can't say that the Lakers will still be
Nope.
good because they have AD. So
I agree 100%, nephew
so the
Q.
thing is that LeBron with the Lakers with AD, it now puts them not just a playoff team, but a championship contending team. So that's the difference. And I knew Giannis was going to win it because, like I said, you can't argue with his numbers. What he have? 29 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 55%. You can't argue with that. But it's hard to look at a game and quantify what impact he is. And LeBron has more impact on the game than Giannis' numbers has, what I was telling KJ the other day, which is why I think LeBron should have been the MVP, but everybody knows that Giannis was going to win it based off his numbers. But LeBron's impact on the game is much greater because we've seen that with the Milwaukee Bucks and Miami Heat series. Ain't no way in hell Jimmy Butler should have been shutting down Greek Freak. Ain't no way in hell. But Greek Freak was still getting his numbers. Greek Freak was still getting his numbers, but Jimmy Butler's impact was still greater, even with him averaging like 17 points per game.
That's true.
So,
Can we still bring up the fact that the Greek
That was
Freak
a
would
team
not
effort,
guard
though.
Jimmy
That wasn't
Butler?
Jimmy Butler.
what'd you say, Daniel?
I said that was a team effort, though. That wasn't Jimmy Butler. They was loading the lane up just to stop his momentum. That wasn't just Jimmy Butler. And he
But
was
see,
just trying
but-
to ISO.
No.
If you put Jimmy Butler on him one-on-one,
No, but that's my point.
Yeah,
Daniel, is you
he got
got to find a way to impact the game. Okay, they doing this, so how do I adjust and make my teammates better so we can win this game? So now they can't just do that on me. So and LeBron finds ways to do that.
No,
got a
I get what
Which
you're
goes to
saying.
show you his
I
value.
mean, you can say that for every MVP candidate.
So the
I
Bucks
think
won
AD
one
should have
game
been
against the
higher
Heat.
in the voting, too.
I mean, just that point right there. The fact that they can't shoot should basically say he shouldn't get the MVP. Just
Thank
because he
you,
can't shoot.
thank you, legend.
But that's
You
always
can't
been
just
my issue with
He
LeBron
couldn't
in the
shoot and he
past is the
won
fact he couldn't
MVP.
yeah,
shoot.
but at least LeBron adjusted and worked on his jump shot.
I agree.
Dude,
I agree.
all the Heat did to beat them was say, okay, Giannis, we gonna pack the paint.
Yep.
Beat us.
That's it. That is absolutely it.
Thank you, Drew.
All I know is the
Drew
one
was
game they
taking
won.
my point away.
I mean,
Giannis didn't play.
LeBron couldn't shoot either. It took LeBron a lot of time, and we forgetting that Giannis is still really young compared to.
Absolutely.
Andrew said, "Are we forgetting Bron missed the playoffs with that AD? Are you forgetting that LeBron was injured for 17
Hurt.
games as well?
And the whole team got hurt.
Did you forget that they were 27 and 29?
Did you forget that they were the number one seed before he got hurt?
They weren't
we-
the number one seed. They were
did
the
we
three
forget
seed.
that
Stop
LeBron
it.
was
Okay, I'm
Straight
sorry, hot
finals?
dog, number three
Yeah,
seed.
yeah.
I
Get
agree.
it right, Diner.
I'm sorry, number 3.
Q, he went to 8 straight.
Hey,
Okay, he didn't go
remember
to 9
the
straight.
beginning of last
Hey,
year?
I'm saying, what do you
Yeah.
want from the man?
Thank you,
I mean,
Ralph.
what do y'all
Thank
want,
you, Ralph.
perfection?
Thank
Like, what do you
you,
want, bro?
Ralph.
He missed the play. He missed the
Hey, man,
finals.
read
one year.
BJ's comment. Read BJ's comment.
No, we
bro.
just we just
Stop
going
it,
by.
bro. Stop it, man. Y'all gotta quit making me defend LeBron, man.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
got to
stand-
stop. I'm done now. I'm not
So,
doing
so,
no more.
so
I'm done.
BJ says, yeah, you stop Giannis Euro step in the lane, force him to shoot. It's over. Same way he lost last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are
And
y'all
that's
forgetting
why
the
he
one
gotta
game
get
the
up out
Bucks
of
won the play
Milwaukee.
against the Heat? He didn't even play. That was the game he missed.
So how much
Well, I know he
value is
missed the
that?
game
That's why he got to
after
get
that,
up
but
out
he
of
got hurt.
Milwaukee. He got to get up out of Milwaukee.
I mean, I
Oh,
can
We
go
go-
Somewhere
we-
where they got some
All
shooters
right.
at.
Man, we gonna get to
What
that in a
would they do
second.
without him?
Man, whatever. I'm not listening. I can't deal with it. I'm sick and tired of talking about Giannis.
So we gonna switch it over to a little NFL action, man. We
Yeah,
got
there you go, Q, please.
we got 10 teams with a 2-0 record right now. You have the Baltimore Ravens,
See the
Kansas
game?
City Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Daniels Rams, the KJ's
Talk to 'em.
Packers, B Legends Bears. And we got the Vegas Raiders, the Tennessee Titans, and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Bears.
Oh, now
So-
we a Bears
Hey, I
fan?
couldn't wait to talk to B Legend about the Bears.
Oh,
man,
now he's
so-
a Bears fan.
so let's get on to a little contender pretender. So out of the 10 teams, I'm gonna throw the team out there. Y'all gonna tell me contender or pretender. We gonna start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hot dog, it's yours first. Contender or pretender?
Definitely a contender.
Hmm.
I don't think they win the division, but I think they get a wild card.
All right, Daniel,
Contender.
contender. B Legend.
Pretender.
Oh,
Ooh, you don't. What makes you think they're pretender?
Kick him off the show.
Listen, they went out there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to do this to you, Ralph. Listen,
I
they
know, bro.
played Pittsburgh. They played Pittsburgh. Denver came out a late night game. Had to fly cross country to play Pittsburgh on Sunday. Early game.
Thank you.
They almost blew that game. Pittsburgh's supposed to have the top 3 defense in the league, and let Denver do what Denver did. No, sir. I'm not a believer, and I think they
Hey, correct
How
me
many
if I'm
points
wrong,
did
Ralph.
Denver have in that game?
21, right?
21. Okay.
21.
Ralph, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that game always close? Denver,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. It's always
is.
within a touchdown.
It is.
It's
It
always
is.
close. So
is.
I'm not listening to anything Leggy just said. It's always a hard-nosed, hard-fought game. Pittsburgh
I'm
won.
just giving my damn opinion.
Man, Ralph, Steelers, contender or pretender?
Hey, bro,
You still
contender
my
for
guy,
me.
Legend.
I feel like they have one of the top, at least maybe 4 defenses in the league right now. They definitely a contender for me.
KJ,
A contender for what?
Contender.
Super Bowl?
playoffs.
Playoffs, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Big Ben. I don't think Big Ben's gonna make it through the whole
Okay,
season.
all right.
So,
Any of these teams that are playing good right now will
yeah.
probably only get better as the season goes on. They didn't have any training camp. They didn't play any preseason games. So if you playing well right now, then chances are you'll keep playing well as the season goes on.
Okay, so you say if they playing right now, chances are. So let me break it down to y'all real quick. I'm gonna give y'all 3 teams then. Arizona Cardinals, contender or pretender?
Contender all day. I believe in
Contender.
Kyler. I believe in Kyler for sure.
Hot dog,
Contender.
Daniel, this is your division.
Since it's expanded to 6 teams, I'll say contender.
Expanded
I
to
think
7,
they got to
right?
fix some stuff on defense still.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. Did it 7 or 6? Is it seven
It's
or
seven.
six?
It's always been six, so it's 7.
Okay, 7 teams in there.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
7. My
it
bad.
used
My
to be
bad. You're right.
6. Yeah,
Right, because one team gets a bye. One team
right.
from each
Mm-hmm.
division gets a bye. Yeah, since
Yep,
they're expanding it, I'll say contender, but they got some defensive problems to fix still. But go ahead.
correct. I agree with that.
Be legend, contender, pretender. Cardinals.
Oh, them birds gonna do right, boy. Them birds gonna be contenders out there, boy.
We ain't even talking about the Bears, man. We talking.
We talking about them Cardinals, them birds.
He said
We talking
birds,
about
birds.
we ain't talking about we ain't talking about the Eagles.
Nah, we
No,
damn sure ain't talking about no damn Eagles.
no.
Actually, as trashy as the Cowboys are, the Eagles still got a chance to win the East, but we'll get to that.
Hey, just for some the Cardinals right now, like I said, are 2-0. The next couple of games is the Lions, Panthers, Jets, and
Come
Cowboys.
on, that's 4 wins.
They
That's
might
four
start the season
wins.
out 6-0.
Absolutely.
Hmm. All right, so here's the next team, contender, pretender. Make this real quick. Chicago Bears, hot dog, you got it.
Pretender.
Say
Mitch
it.
Trubisky still the quarterback. Pretender.
Say it loud.
Pretender. They ain't played nobody.
Man, Daniel, you
Next.
got it.
You already know the vibes. I'm not believing in Trubisky. I like the defense. I like the defense, but I don't like Trubisky, man.
Nah,
I
he's
like
terrible.
Allen Robinson.
Oh man,
They're
Ralph, you
terrible.
got it.
Pretender for me.
Pretender, KJ,
Pretender. They should have lost that game against the Lions.
Absolutely.
be legend,
That
your,
The Giants should have beat them.
down in the end zone.
be legend, your city, your town.
Well, I mean, they are trash. They are hot trash. They hot trash. They're with it. They contenders. They contenders.
Oh
They
That-
God.
2-0. They
He don't
contenders.
believe
They
that. He
He
don't
trash.
don't.
He
He
believe
don't
don't. No
believe.
that. He
way.
don't believe that.
No,
They
he don't
tell y'all
believe
right
that.
now.
Oh
My
man.
team, I'm going to go
God
with
bless. What is wrong with this
contenders.
guy? No.
No,
Next team, man. Next
no.
team.
So the Bears' upcoming schedule: Falcons, Colts, Bucks, and Panthers.
They
Losses.
lose.
Oh, yeah, we
They
lost.
At
lost.
least
No, they
the
ain't
at
gonna
least
lose
the
all
first
them
two.
games.
At
We
least the
only
first
lose
two.
one game.
They
They
go
losing to
two
the
and two in those
Colts.
games. They go
Yep.
2-2 in those games.
They're losing
They
to the
lose to
Colts.
Tampa Bay. That's how they going to lose to.
The Colts.
The Falcons.
Coach, nah, they won't. Who else
They'll
you
beat. They'll shut the Falcons down.
It was the Falcons, Colts, Bucks, and Panthers. That was the
got?
next
That's
four.
nasty. That's just nasty.
They'll
Ain't
Mm.
beat the
nobody shut the
Falcons and the
Falcons down yet.
Panthers.
They
You're right.
just got
They might
outscored.
go to it. They might go to it too. They might.
They
They'll
might
go
go
two
two
and
and
two in
two.
those
The
4
Bears don't
games.
have enough firepower to beat the Falcons.
No, they can
Nah,
shut them
nah.
down though. Trust me, they can shut them down.
Oh
Ain't
man,
nobody shut them down yet.
no.
No.
Last
Seahawks didn't
team.
shut them down. The Cowboys definitely didn't shut them down.
Well, no, we
Uh,
kept giving them the
Next
Jameis
team.
Winston giveaways.
We're
Got
not
him to
gonna
the
break.
20-yard line
We're,
3
we're not gonna break
times.
him up. We ain't gonna break him up. We ain't gonna break
All
him
right,
up.
next team. Q. Next team.
Last team, contender or pretender, the Las Vegas Raiders, which beat the New Orleans Saints last night in Monday Night Football. KJ, I'll let you go first on this one. Contender, pretender.
Man, this one's tough.
It is.
But I'm gonna go out on the limb and I'm gonna say they contenders.
Hmm.
That running game looked good.
Tight end is
David
a monster.
Carr, I don't know where he came from, but and that tight end, what's his name? Waller?
Darren Waller. Darren
Darren.
Waller.
Oh, bro.
He's a bad boy.
He's up there with Kittle
Absolutely,
and
man.
Travis Kelsey.
Can you
Absolutely.
believe
He's
the
nice.
Ravens never let him off their practice squad? He was on the
Yeah.
Ravens practice squad.
They had a lot of
Mm.
tight ends.
Yeah, they did. They always do.
All those
Man.
Ravens tight ends are good though.
Yeah.
They had Hurst.
Yeah.
They got the other dude that had like 10 catches the other day. All those tight ends they had
Andrews.
are good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew.
Nick Boyle.
Yeah, Hurst killed the other day.
They were all their tight ends. were
Yep,
good.
Boyle.
Ralph, contender, pretender, Las Vegas Raiders.
Bro, I'm about to go with KJ, man. I think they're a contender, honestly.
Mm. They did look good against the Saints, but we'll get to
Uh,
Drew Brees and the Saints later. Hold on, hot dog. I'm gonna let you go last. I'm gonna let you go last on this one. Be legend, contender, pretender.
Contender, no question. Contender.
Okay.
Damn. All right, Daniel, you go ahead, man. You got the screwed up face. What you got, man?
I like
Tricky.
David Montgomery, but
David
I
Montgomery.
do think they finished second in the division. I mean, not David Montgomery. My bad. Josh Jacobs.
Josh
My
Jacobs.
apologies. I said Josh Jacobs. My bad. But I'm going pretender. I think they'll be just outside of the playoffs still. Maybe
They
like
gonna get
9-7.
win number 3 next week.
Who they
They play
play?
New
I,
England.
I was gonna say I was
And
gonna
New
bring up their
England
I
can't
don't
schedule.
know
stop the
about
run.
that one. I don't know about
They
that
can't
one.
Yeah,
stop the
Q, I was
run.
about to ask for that schedule. Can you give us the schedule next 4 teams, please?
Next 4 teams is
Saints
the
don't look good right now.
Patriots, Bills, Chiefs, and Bucks. That's the next 4 games.
That's 4
Ooh.
losses. So
Bye.
they are
That's what I'm saying.
pretenders.
Ooh,
That's
shit.
4 losses. They are a
That's
pretender.
tough.
That's 4
But
losses
then
in a
they
row.
got the
They are a
Rams,
pretender.
the Chargers, the Broncos, the Jets,
Hey, we just signed Blake
Colts,
Bortles, man. We
the
back.
Dolphins.
Huh?
Then they got the Broncos again.
That's bad. That's real bad.
Ralph, I'm gonna ignore that comment. I'm gonna ignore that comment. But hot dog, who you like? Las Vegas Raiders, contender or pretender? What you
I
got?
just said they got the next 4 losses. They are a pretender. It was really nice that they won last night, which I predicted to be true. So,
Speaking of that, I got to give hot dog his credit.
I'm going with the Raiders. I think the Raiders go 2-0. I didn't get to watch the Raiders, but seeing the highlights and seeing the stats, that was really impressive to me. That they went on the road and beat Carolina in their first week.
So hot dog did pick the Las Vegas Raiders to beat the New Orleans Saints in his pick'em matchup.
Good
Which
pick, man.
this week's pick'em will be Daniel and hot dog. So let me see how they do up against each other. Yeah, I'm gonna say pretender as well for the Las Vegas Raiders, just based on the next 4 games. They have the Patriots, Bills, Chiefs, and Bucks. You could potentially go 2-4, and as y'all know in the NFL,
That
it is
defense
hard.
is a lot of questions, a lot of
It's-
suspect.
Well,
That
not
defense.
even just that, hot dog. Once you get in a 2-4 hole in the NFL, it's hard to
Yeah.
climb your way back up to even be at 500. So I just don't see them. I mean, the Patriots, I see them having a bounce. The way that they lost against the Seahawks, I have them having a huge bounce back
They
game.
should have won that game, man.
I got a case of Duke says the Raiders beat the Patriots next week. Who wants?
Oh, you got it. I got
Oh,
it.
there it
I
is
got
right
that.
there. Okay,
I got
there
that.
it is. And then you got the Bills and you got Josh Allen who's slinging that thing everywhere right
Slanging it.
He
I
is slinging
love
that
the
thing.
Bills. I love the Bills.
Let me talk
They
about
are a
Slade.
contender.
now. my
Stephon
bad,
Diggs
B.
is good out there, don't he?
My bad. And then you got the Chiefs. You got Pat Mahomes. He gonna do what Mahomes do. And then you got the Bucks. I don't know about
They
that
look
matchup.
shaky though, man. The Chiefs look a little shaky.
They did against a rookie quarterback the other day.
They
Hey,
look a
that
little
rookie
shaky,
quarterback
man.
looked really good. I was really impressed with
Absolutely.
Justin Herbert. He looked
Yeah,
really
I
good.
don't know if it was more of him or the Chiefs defense, but I
Yeah.
mean he did what he was supposed to do, and unfortunately the Chiefs did come out with the victory. There.
Unfortunately, Harrison Butker got a bionic leg.
Yeah, that dude there.
2 58-yard field goals in clutch
Yeah.
situations. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Oh man, but so you was talking about Greek
I
Freak,
hope everybody
last,
got the Bills as a contender.
For sure.
but the Bills aren't 2-0 at this point. They're still 1-1 right now.
No, they're 2-0.
Oh, they are.
Bills
They
are
right
2-0,
there.
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
The Bills
It was
are
10
2-0,
teams,
yeah?
yeah. They
My
was,
bad.
yeah.
My bad. Ladarius hopped on. He said Bills are great. Josh Allen is a fraud. Do y'all believe Josh Allen is for real?
No, I think
He
I
has
like
to
what
do
he's
it in
doing.
a clutch
They brought,
situation for me.
They brought in Stephon Diggs. I know they ain't played a great team yet first 2 weeks, but his numbers are great. He leads the league after 2 weeks in passing yards.
I just need to see him do something in the playoffs for me.
What about you, KJ? You think Josh Allen's a fraud?
No, I think he's good. He played good last year too. He got
He's
a little
still
more
young.
help now.
He's still
They
young.
got Stephon Diggs because he was throwing the ball to
Cole
the dude
Beasley
that
and
used
John
to be on the
Brown.
Cowboys. Yeah, so you give him another weapon or so, he's good. They have played 2 bum teams. They played the Dolphins. They barely beat the Dolphins, but he's all right though. He's good.
So continuing on with the NFL, let's talk a little bit about the NFC South.
I'm
Go
contender.
ahead. You said you contend on the Bills?
I said I'm contender. Yeah, and I don't know. Y'all didn't say my Rams, but I'm going contender on them too.
Okay.
I'm going pretender on them.
So
Yeah, I
we-
got to too. Sorry, Daniel.
So we got KJ pretend on the Rams, Ralph
You
pretend on the Rams.
might want to look at the schedule.
Oh,
You
yeah.
might want to look at the schedule.
I think the Rams are a contender. I think that offense looks like it did a couple years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. They're rolling out. They're making the defense run all over the field. I saw it firsthand with my Cowboys. So I think the Rams are a contender for a playoff spot.
Man, you gotta put me in
Rams.
The Rams.
schedule.
Daniel, you got it. You got it in
If we
front of you
beat
real
the
quick, Daniel.
Bills, I already know it. If we beat the Bills on Sunday, they might go 8-0 because then they have to
Yeah.
play Miami, the Bears, the Redskins, the
The Giants,
Giants, and they
The
get the
49ers.
Redskins might
49ers
be
with
a
all the
loss.
injuries.
The Redskins is not a
Then they
loss.
got
Good
then they
luck.
got the Seahawks, Buccaneers, the 49ers again, the Cardinals, the Patriots, the Seahawks again, the Cardinals again,
The
the
Bears are
Jets.
depleted.
Y'all got a very favorable schedule,
I
Daniel.
just
Now that
said
I
they
think
might
about
go
it.
8-0 going into
It's
Seattle.
favorable for a few
Yeah,
minutes.
they
And
might
then
do
they
8-0
go. Then they
going
lose
into
the last
Seattle.
8. Go 8
That
and 8.
favor wears out in a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
enjoy your wins in LA for about
You got to
3
remember
weeks.
this too. Hey, I'm not worried about that. When we had Jeff Fisher and we were horrible, we still beat the 49ers, beat Seattle. We beat Seattle at home.
But
We're losing in Seattle, so
wait
I'm
a
not
minute.
really
Wait a
worried
minute.
about
Wait a
that.
minute. Wait. So back when Jeff Fisher was y'all's coach, the 49ers were terrible. This is before they got back to being the 49ers. So you can't really
Seattle
bring that up.
wasn't. Seattle wasn't.
Y'all beat Seattle once. I mean, y'all got one good win in 10 years, man. That's awesome.
So hold on,
No,
Daniel. So
we didn't. No,
Ladarius
we
said
didn't.
Jared Goff will inevitably let you down big time against any elite defense. What you got to say against that?
That's false because he played good against the 49ers the second time last year. So that's false.
So
Oh yeah. By the way,
Tell me,
how's
tell me how
Carson
you
Wentz
feel
doing
about
versus
Paul
Jared
George.
Goff?
I don't know. That ain't my guy. My guy's in Florida.
That ain't my guy either.
My guy's injured, so hey.
My guy's in Florida.
My
My guy's
I
in
don't-
Florida.
Unfortunately,
my guy's just
my
fine.
guy is deceased.
I don't like my guy.
My guy's in the retirement home right now. I'm feeling kind of shaky about my Tampa Bay pick right now.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
how you feel about Paul George? Do you trust him?
I don't
Hell
trust him.
no.
Don't trust the boy. Don't trust him.
That's how I feel about Jared Goff.
Oh man.
Hey, D, I'm with you. I like Jared. I like Jared Goff. I got him on my fantasy
This guy.
Did you lose last week?
on two
Yeah, he's
teams.
playing all right.
On two teams. Don't
Nah,
listen
he
to
had
all that
25.
nonsense, D.
He had 25 points on Sunday.
Hey,
Don't listen to all
I
that
got Josh Allen in 2 leagues, balling.
Mm. Oh man, y'all.
Yeah.
So let's
We'll see
see.
if they ball Sunday.
Sean Gurton, who is an Eagles fan and should not be commenting on any NFL topic right now. He said golf played his ass off Sunday. And then Andrew, who's also an Eagles fan, who probably shouldn't be commenting. He said you can't tell Daniel nothing about them Rams right now.
I mean, they 2-0, man.
Nah,
Can't
he's
hate
just
on
hurt
them.
because
They're
he
2-0.
thought they was gonna beat us. He thought they were gonna beat us. Chance.
Hey man, we played y'all a heck of a lot better than the Eagles did.
Hey man, it looked like Jalen. Hey Daniel, how the hell
Yeah,
do
you
you
did.
get booed?
You did.
How the hell do you get booed when your fans ain't even in the stands
because
like
Eagle
that?
fans don't play, bro. Eagle fans don't play.
No,
Like
they
how
don't.
how trash you got to be
Hey,
though?
they going in Philly's underway to boo.
Yeah, they'll boo you. For sure.
No,
Yeah,
the
he's
announcer did it. The announcer did that.
But I'm
PA
saying
announcer did that.
he's a Philly fan.
Carson
Man.
Wentz was terrible out there.
Carson Wentz is terrible.
He's
Period.
been terrible. That's what I was about to say. Ain't nothing new.
Man, I gotta stop hating on Dak Prescott. He could.
Thank you.
I think might be worse.
Thank you.
Thank
Finally.
you.
I keep telling. Hey,
Hey,
We
he's
did
not.
this.
Listen,
we
Dak's still
already
not
did
good.
this. I picked
Stop
back
it.
over Wentz.
Dak's
Dak
still
is
not
no
good. Y'all need to
good,
relax.
bro. You crazy, bro.
Oh man, y'all
Trade
wild.
him to
still ain't
Denver,
no
man.
good.
Trade him to Denver, man.
Give me Drew Lock. Go ahead.
Please.
Y'all
What's
can have
wrong
him
with the
because
B legend, bro?
I don't know what he's doing. But hey, Ralph, we got y'all this Sunday, so y'all need all the help y'all can get.
Bro, it don't matter. We probably gonna lose. Shit.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
glad you.
y'all lie. Y'all trash.
Yeah.
But let's wrap the show up today, man. Something else happened last week. The NBA came out with their All NBA first team. They had Giannis, Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic, James Harden, LeBron James. Does anybody have any problems with the NBA first team?
Not
Nope.
at all. Not
Nope.
at
I
all.
like it. Nope.
I do.
All right.
I do.
All right. What's your problem, B?
I just don't like James Harden.
Oh,
Get
man.
him, Daniel.
Hey, show that
Uh,
picture one more time, bro.
Ladarius said Wentz is better than golf. That's the real story.
Oh
Nah.
my God, bro. Chill
Hey,
out, bro.
Ladarius, based off what? Height? Off what? Height? Off what?
So while I give Ladarius time to respond to that, B, what was you saying? You don't like the first team because James Harden's on
I
them?
mean, he's gonna be on the first team. Real talk. I mean, I'm just talking crazy, but I just think, like we talked a couple weeks ago about Houston, right? What's the reality about Houston? He's just a difficult dude to play with, man. I mean, this dude just dribbles the ball all day long. I mean, hell, if he took as many shots as he did, he should. He should be on the first team. I mean, he should do what he does. I mean, and they made the rules away. How you can't even defend them. Step back, shot, dribble, 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 shot. I mean, the game is boring. It's nothing there to me.
I honestly don't know how anybody else on the Rockets even makes a shot. Because you
Yeah,
think about you stand there for 20 seconds, he do all this, you might get the ball,
that's what
or
I'm
you
saying.
might not. You might go 10 possessions, you might not even touch the ball, and then they expect you to make a shot on your next possession down the court. And you like, how?
Daniel,
I ain't even touched
you
the ball. I
better
don't know what
take
the
up
ball
for your
feel like.
boy. You better say something about your
I'm,
boy.
I'm gonna let
No,
Daniel go
because
ahead and.
it's funny because that's the same shit that you do when you play with LeBron. You wait till he decides what he's going to do, and then you might get the ball when he's double teamed.
I knew it
That's
was
why this
coming.
shit's
I knew
dumb as
it was
hell.
I
Yeah, I
knew
coming.
mean,
it
I
was
just don't
coming.
get it. How do you say that?
He
James
might
Harden
he
played
might
point
get it when you
guard
feel like
and
it,
he led
and
the
then
league. James Harden played point guard and he led the league in assists while still averaging 30 points. Please make sense if you're going to hate on the guy. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
I mean,
He's
I just
obviously
told you.
passing the
I mean,
ball
Daniel.
Hey,
because
I
Daniel,
love
I just
James
told you.
Harden.
you're,
I
For me,
love
it's just
James Harden.
personal. It's just personal. I mean, in terms of the
bro, because you're
game, I
not passing the ball. I get what you're saying, but you're not only passing the ball 11 times if you average 11 assists in a season. You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably passing the ball 35 times to get assists because you only get an assist if they make it, of course. That's why I was never that high up on assists because you only get the assist if they make it.
right.
So, I mean,
True. That's true.
see that year he got all those assists though. That's because he was throwing that lob to Capella, and nobody could stop that. I don't know why the Rockets got rid of him. Because James Harden
Yeah.
would drive,
Because-
as soon as the
He
help
wanted
came
way
up,
more
Capella
money
was
than he
just
was
catching
worth.
lobs all day long.
But they
Yeah.
couldn't win. But they couldn't win with Capella. They didn't have
they just
Capella.
wanted to
They
get
can't
rid of
win
that
without him
contract.
either.
They
That's
paid
what I
him
was
too
about to
much
say.
money.
Where is Capella
They
now?
just wanted to
Atlanta?
get rid of that contract.
In Atlanta,
See, Daniel, the difference is when LeBron makes that pass, the commentators and everybody on social media gonna be like, "Oh my God, that's the best pass I've ever seen in my
Man,
life.
they.
Look at the bounce pass. Look at the bounce pass. That's the best pass I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God!"
Boy,
Like, okay,
did y'all
for
see that
example,
chest pass?
when they were playing
See,
Houston,
Hey, can we
they were
please?
see,
trapping James Harden. They were trapping James Harden. They were throwing the ball to the free throw line. They did it every time, 10 times in a row down the court. And one time,
Yeah,
LeBron
yeah.
finally jumped out of the pass lane and stole it. Everybody lost their mind. Oh my
Yep.
God, he looked like Deion Sanders out there. I'm like,
Hey,
hell, I saw that coming myself. How many times I saw the pass
They
coming?
lose their mind anytime LeBron
hey,
does anything positive.
KJ,
Hey
KJ,
man,
the
turn
Rockets,
my camera
the
off. I'm
Rockets,
done.
bro, the Rockets did that 100 times against the Thunder, and Chris Paul stole it. They didn't say nothing, but when they
They
went
didn't
to the
say nothing.
Lakers series and LeBron did it, he was Darrell
They
Reeves.
shot confetti up
Yep.
in the air and everything when LeBron got that steal. He couldn't even
see.
dunk. He couldn't even
I,
dunk.
I know what y'all
oh
trying to
man.
do, and I'm not gonna let y'all do it. I'm not gonna let y'all do it.
Who's on the second team?
So let me pull up the second team
Yep.
real quick.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I refuse, bro, to
Hey,
let
where's
y'all
the
do it.
second team, man?
I
Man, I
love
got
the
to
first
pop the
team, by the
second
way.
team.
I love that
Get
first
the
team, by
second
the
team
way.
up.
So
Yeah, that first team was nice.
Let
Get
me
the second
pull it
team
up.
up.
Let me get it up. But
If they
before I
put
pull
if they
up,
put that team on the USA team,
That's a problem.
no,
It's over.
blowout every game.
Problem.
But
oh
Luca
man,
probably wouldn't be on that team, would he?
No, Luca and
no.
Giannis. We won't have neither one of them.
Nah,
No. But before I do that, I just want to ask everybody who likes popcorn, better yet, who doesn't like popcorn. Well, let me tell you about my friends over at Gourmet Popcorn of Carlisle. They have fun popcorn flavors such as cinnamon toast, candy apple, chocolate, jalapeno, s'more, salt and vinegar, and my personal favorite, sweetheart. To get you some of this delicious popcorn, all you have to do is go to www.popcarlisle.com, enter the coupon code BTG for 25% off your purchase. That's www.popcarlisle.com. Enter the coupon code BTG for 25% off your purchase. So let's get back to
Hey, Q.
the yeah.
Q. Can I ask you a question,
That
brother?
popcorn's pretty good, by the way.
Can
Yeah,
I
what's
ask you a
up?
question,
Popcorn is
brother?
great.
Yeah, I'm
So
listening.
it's including you, is six of us sitting right here, and uh, and we got a couple of people missing, but we're gonna take you out of the equation. So, since you are the ambassador, when you gonna send us some popcorn, dog?
When
Come
I get
on,
some
brother.
popcorn, partner,
Come
when he
on,
send me
brother.
some more,
I mean,
you know,
Hey
I mean,
man, I live 30 minutes away from Carlisle, man. I'm gonna stop and go get me some.
all I got is
give me some more. I mean,
I
if I
got
need
the
to
I got
order,
the
I'll order. But I'm just saying, man, you
I
the
got the
ambassador,
sample pack.
take
But
care of us.
our NBA second team, you got Joker, Kawhi Leonard, Dame Lillard, Chris Paul, and Spicy P, Pascal Siakam. Any issues with this second team?
Not
Yes,
at all.
yes, yes,
Not at all.
Kawhi
Damn.
should have been on the first team.
yes.
Well,
We replaced
damn.
James Harden with Kawhi Leonard.
Why? Why is Pascal over Jason Tatum?
Because
I
Pascal
don't
was
get it. I
balling.
don't get it.
Man, he's balling. Look at his numbers throughout the year with Toronto. He was their best player.
So let me look at Pascal Siakam this season. He averaged 22
He wasn't
points,
better than
7
Tatum, so.
rebounds, 3.5 assists. So 22, 7, and 3 was his numbers.
Kendrick Perkins is my favorite ESPN analyst. He says Spicy P was top 10 player in the league.
We're not going by Kendrick Perkins.
I'm not
And-
going. I don't
No,
know, I
we're
don't know
not
about
going by
that.
that guy.
Definitely
I-
got that going by.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Whoa.
rap on this one.
So Jason Tatum and Pascal Siakam basically pretty much had the same stats because Jason Tatum was 23, 7, and 3. Spicy P was 23, 7, and 3.5. So they basically had the same numbers,
So you're saying it was a toss up between them two, probably?
pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much. And they probably gave it
take
to
Chris Paul off there for me, though.
they probably
Man,
gave it to Pascal because the Raptors had a better record. So that's probably why they gave it to him.
Yeah.
But go ahead, KJ.
You can take Chris Paul off there for me. I
No,
don't
bro.
like that. I don't like that second
Don't
team.
be disrespectful, man.
I don't like
They
it.
were fifth in the
like it.
West, sixth in the West.
Hey, what was
gotta be
what
on
was
there.
Chris Paul's
Look at the
numbers? Q.
roster.
Chris Paul's numbers.
He
Give
averaged
us
he
real
averaged
quick.
16 points. He averaged 16 points a game.
Q, what did you talk about earlier? Impact.
I put him
Meanwhile,
on third.
Yeah.
Bradley
Impact.
Beal is just somewhere chilling, averaging 40.
And his team is garbage in the
Hey,
East.
I
Q?
can't help that. He still
What's Paul's
deserves to be on the
numbers?
second team.
No way.
Chris Paul's number was
No way.
17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
No.
Just 6
The
assists.
13.
Yep,
Is
6
that a career
assists.
low for him?
It might just be, but he averaged 6.7 assists.
No, he shouldn't be no second team.
Six
Absolutely
in the
not.
West. 6 in the West. Y'all have to give him credit for that.
KJ, I'm
played-
with you.
Man,
Get him out of
please.
there.
Where'd y'all
So-
have the Oklahoma City Thunder finish it before the season started?
7th.
No, you
Hey,
didn't.
Q.
No, you didn't. Yeah, I didn't even think
You,
that was going to be a top 18.
If you don't mind, can you look up two players' numbers for me on the Thunder?
Go ahead.
I
Shea
would have put Jimmy
Gilgeous-Alexander
Butler on there.
and Dennis Schroeder.
SGA led him in scoring. He averaged 20.
Who did?
Schroeder averaged like 18, I think.
Yep.
Who led
Schroeder
him in
was 8.
scoring?
Shea Gilgeous.
Okay.
And
You going to
then,
put Shea on that team over Paul?
No,
I
and that's
thought-
why Chris Paul don't deserve to be on there.
Man,
I think
come on.
SGA
He
was
does,
their
man.
best
Butler
player.
on there, though.
Hey, Q, let me
does,
see that.
man.
Let me see that list again, Q.
all right, hold on. Let me put it back up here for you. Second team. Here you go. Joker, Kawhi
Jimmy
Leonard,
Butler
Dame
for
Lillard,
me.
Chris Paul, and Pascal Siakam.
It's fine. It's fine.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
not
Thank
fine.
you, Legend.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Legend.
No,
I mean, the only
no.
thing I would change is Kawhi for James Harden.
I put Jimmy Butler over Chris Paul.
Andrew, KJ, Andrew said he's with you on that one. Take Chris Paul off of there. And then the last.
Whoa. How y'all
Go ahead.
take Chris Paul off of that, man?
That's what I'm saying.
Look,
He
I'm
wasn't
gonna
even the
put Jimmy
best player on the
Butler.
team.
I'm putting Jimmy Butler on there, man.
He's a
No,
walking bucket.
You're putting Jimmy Butler on there because of what you saw in the playoffs.
Thank you.
That's why you putting him on
Thank
there.
No,
you.
he's done that all
Man,
year. Jimmy
come
Butler had
on,
games.
no.
No.
Ain't nobody
No,
talking
you-
about
Wait a
Jimmy
minute.
Butler like
Hold
that.
up.
Jimmy-
Chris Paul wasn't even the
look,
best
Jimmy
player on the
Butler
Thunder.
Jimmy Butler averaged 26 and 6. Put him on there.
What?
This
So,
season.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's stats for the year was 19, 6, and 6.
That's why I was about to say he had no 26
Yeah,
points.
I was wondering
That's
what
what I
you
was
was talking
I
about.
said 26 and 6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, my bad,
I
bro.
apologize.
Yeah, The Darius said where the F is AD. AD's on the first team. AD's on first team.
Yeah, he missed that
You
part.
know
there.
AD was going to be there.
Yeah. All right, where's the third team, man?
All right, third and final team. Let me pull it up here. So third team, you got Jimmy Butler, Rudy Gobert, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, and
Ben
Russell
Simmons should be on anybody's all NBA anything.
What?
Ben Simmons should be on anybody's all NBA nothing.
He's terrible.
No,
Ben Simmons is garbage.
Hold on. So, Hot Dog, I'll let you go first on this one, man. Go ahead.
Get Ben Simmons and Rudy Gobert off there.
Nah, Rudy can stay. Ben's got to go.
Nah.
Ben's got to go.
Yeah, Ben's got
Get
to
him
go.
out of there. No, but I'm cool with everybody else. I'm cool with Jimmy. I'm cool with Jason Tatum, of course. And who was the other one?
Regular season Russ.
And Russell Westbrook. Yeah, regular season Russ. Yeah, I'm with that.
I like that, bro. I like that, bro. Regular season Russ.
Get Ben out of there. I'd rather Tobias Harris. Wait a minute. Why ain't Joel Embiid on there?
Yeah, they helped him
though. Come on, man. Over Ben.
Where is Bradley Beal?
Come on, man. They tripping.
Where is Bradley Beal?
You're right. I'll at least give him third team.
Get Joel Embiid over Rudy Gobert. Easy.
And you said the same thing you did, KJ. He said they disrespected the F out of Beal.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I just think he's on a trash team. I think that's part of the reason, man.
Where's Donovan Mitchell?
That's
nowhere.
True too.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Nowhere in there. So
regular season Russ.
That's it.
Who
votes for this garbage?
12,
who votes for this garbage? That's all.
They think we would vote for MVP.
Ben Simmons led in some. What he lead in?
People
like
that never,
or something?
people that never
Missed
played
3 pointers.
He led in like one stat. Like it was like steals or something. He was up there.
I told KJ this probably might be the worst shooting all NBA team ever.
Absolutely, bro.
The only shooter they got is Jason Tatum. Jimmy Butler streaky, Ben Simmons. You can forget that shit. And Russ,
I just like Russ. I like Jimmy Butler because he gonna go punk somebody.
Yeah, they should put Donovan Mitchell should have been over Ben Simmons, just like Donovan Mitchell should have won Rookie of the Year with Ben Simmons. They definitely should have. God bless.
David Reese just said the same thing. Donovan Mitchell should have been over Simmons.
Can we get Ben Simmons?
If you're gonna put Simmons, then you had to put Embiid over there.
Yeah, Ben Simmons should have been over him.
8 and 8.
Man, I'd rather put Dwight Howard.
Ben Simmons number 16.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
That's Q's best friend.
Man. Hey, look. As long as he keep hooping the way he's hooping, we good, bro. We ain't got no.
Just keep doing what you do, bro.
Keep doing what you do, man. Keep doing what you do. We ain't got no problems. And then as long as things like this keep happening,
that's why Jokic did a great job getting the hand up, but that was Plumlee's man coming off the screen. That's
Kobe.
As long as things like that keep happening, Dwight Howard, man, you can be my best friend. Let me tell you about my best friend. But right now he's frustrating the heck out of Jokic.
Ladarius said the Nuggets win 4 straight.
Ben Simmons is destroying Mitchell's trophy case, because he done stole Mitchell's Rookie of the Year and everything.
Yep,
he did. But anyways, before we get on up out of here, the Lakers
possession was horrible.
The Lakers play the Nuggets tonight, Game 3. Ralph, who you got winning?
The Lakers.
Lakers going up 3-0. Hot dog.
Lakers.
3-0. Daniel.
You know you like Jamal Murray. Go ahead.
Oh man.
Nah, I mean, after that crazy tip that Jokic got on the air ball, I was like, they must. This is their chance to win the game. They have to win the game when you get a tip like that.
Mm-hmm.
With point
that
3
was
on the
crazy.
clock.
That was
and
insane.
then they lose. That was up there with the shot the AD hit. But I don't know how they fell asleep on the defensive possession when AD shot that shot.
Get Plumlee out of there. That is twice he's done that.
That was just a hell of a shot by AD, man.
Daniel, to your point, they didn't fall asleep. Plumlee fell asleep.
Yeah, get Plumlee out of there. That's twice he's done that in the bubble.
The explanation was that he was supposed. So when that happened, he was supposed to stay with the pickman, and Jeremy Grant was supposed to run out, and Jeremy Grant didn't run out. So that's why Jokic had to just run over there at the last second.
It's
terrible.
What is?
I don't know what he.
What the hell?
He got the broom out. He's saying it's a sweep. He's saying it's a sweep. he got the broom out.
One game. I don't know if it'll be tonight.
Crazy,
I don't know.
Legend is
hey Daniel, I'm right there with you, man. I honestly think they will get one game. I think the one game is probably going to be tonight. It should have been the other night, to be quite honest with you. But I do think the Nuggets is going to win tonight, because I think the Nuggets figured out something last game when they put PJ Dozier in. Not to say PJ Dozier's going to cause something crazy for the Lakers, but I think they saw something that's going to help them dramatically tonight. That's going to help them win this game, and then the Lakers.
Has LeBron had a big game yet?
No, you know
Tonight's the
what?
night.
Only thing
But
about
Tonight's the night.
Dozier, he
this is
can't
the
get free
thing.
throws.
This is the thing, though. I'm gonna put my analyst hat on real quick, man. What LeBron did, what was it, Sunday night, is why people have problem with LeBron James, which
Now let
is you put up 22 in the first half,
Yep.
and then
Disappear.
you struggle in the second half.
hold
Now,
on.
if this is the greats, like I say, like Kobe, Jordan, etc., they gonna come out the second half. They gonna keep that thing going. They gonna keep it going until they ain't got it no more, and then obviously they gonna get everybody else involved.
That,
But
that's
but
the difference between a
LeBron
goat
came
and
out
a baby
aggressive
goat.
but
early.
the
That's
thing is, he came out aggressive early, got his 22. So I'm thinking, oh, this is a 40 ball night. Like he's ready to put up numbers. But then he came out the second half. He had turnovers. He was out of rhythm. I'm like, bro, keep it going. And then AD did his thing. But that's the reason why people do not like LeBron James
is
because he
this
does
your
stuff like
king?
that.
Is
Because he
this
does
your
stuff like
king?
that. Hey
I
man, I'm
think
an
so.
analyst, baby.
Baby goat.
I'm an analyst.
Baby goat. That's it. That's all I want to say. You said
Baby
Jordan
goat.
wouldn't do that. Jordan wouldn't do that. Kobe wouldn't do that.
But
But
that,
guess who just come right along doing that? Yo
yeah,
guy.
he did.
Yo guy.
But he still got the W though. He still got the
Yo
W.
guy, yeah.
What
Yeah,
is
because
Lexi
AD,
He
doing?
still
Still
got
got the
three
AD's
W.
team.
rings. He still got 3 rings.
It's AD's Lakers, man. What is B Legend doing? I don't know, bro.
Crazy.
Just
I'm done with Legend for the day.
Oh man. AD back gonna hurt by game 4 carrying that man. You done lost your mind,
hey,
Dad.
thank you,
Hey,
Ladarius,
don't be
man.
disrespectful, man.
You done lost
Tonight
your
LeBron's
mind.
gonna have a triple dub.
LeBron James is doing what's
Four.
needed to win.
Four.
That's it.
Four. Why we going through this, man? You
We
knew the
oh
first,
no.
you once the Clippers lost, it was over.
Yep.
The Magic
That
is
was their
gone.
roadblock.
Ain't no Fitz Magic here.
What you say? The gentleman's sweep. They might get. They say they gonna give him one game. I see
He
him
said,
get
"Hey,
game 4 though.
If the
I think
Heat
they'll win game
win,
4.
Listen, man. This is okay.
I'm
Let me
looking
say
at it
this.
now.
Let me say this. Let me change the whole narrative.
Go ahead.
This will tell me if LeBron got it, because tonight is the night
That's why I
that you
said triple
need that
dub.
you need to step up and
Yeah.
put your foot on their neck.
Yep.
How about that? Because let me
Yep.
tell you something. MJ, Kobe, they will put their foot on their neck
Come
right
on,
now.
man.
This is the game, right here. Put your foot. You don't even want to give them an opportunity. Take every last breath out of them as you possibly can, because they know damn well they're not beating LA 4 games in a row.
Nope.
That ain't happening.
No, they beat.
Nah.
No, they beat
They not
LA
beating
4
LeBron.
games. They just
not
ain't beating the Lakers
LeBron.
4 games in a
They
row.
ain't beat LeBron 4 games in a row.
They're
Nah.
not beating the Lakers 4 games in a row. It ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
Oh
Period.
man, but everybody, I appreciate you, everybody, for tuning in today for another show of Beyond the Game. Hold on, let me get to some of these pit. Andrew said you're right, B. Of course he's right, but agreed. Hold on. Andrew said I was just thinking that earlier. Yeah. So we'll find out tonight what the LA Bron Lakers are gonna do. But if everybody tuning in, if you want to catch previous shows, you can always check out the YouTube channel KY
That's why
Beyond
we
the
don't like y'all.
Game.
Make sure
That's why
everybody
us
tune
real
in
Lakers fans
Thursday
don't
at
like
7
y'all,
o'clock.
Yeah, make
Thursday,
sure
7 o'clock.
Thursday, 7 o'clock. Hot Dog and Daniel will be
What's-
doing their pick'ems live. So make sure y'all tune into that. Make sure y'all tune in every.
Hey, Dan, I want some of that too, man. I need some of that pick. I want to, I actually want to parlay this weekend.
Hey, but there you.
Okay,
I
that's
kinda
cool.
killed
I'm about to
it.
get my bets in tomorrow. Getting mine
Yeah,
in
well,
tomorrow.
We need to chat, man.
there it is.
That's the
Make
best.
sure you watch Beyond the Game live every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. If you also would like to listen to the show and stream it, you can catch the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, SoundCloud, and anywhere that you can listen to any podcast available. We get ready to get on up out of here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We out of here.